Magandang araw mga ka-KJ. This is Ken. This is Earning with Ken and Jen. So, ang topic natin para sa ano to is fishbowl business. So, paano po ba tayo magkakaroon ng fishbowl business? Ano ang mga paraan? At ano ang kitaan? At may mga example po akong ibibigay. Tapos, may aansaran din po kayo. So, yun po. Parang example lang naman po yun. So, let's start. Fishbowl business. Objectives: to know what is a fishbowl business, to know how to start a fishbowl business, to know the expected profits in a fishbowl business, to know the example of accounting cycle in a fishbowl business, to know how to compute the transactions in a fishbowl business, to have problems, and to acquire knowledge in operating a fishbowl business, and so on. So, a fishbowl business is a type of food business that specializes in producing and selling fish balls, which are popular street food snack in any Asian countries, particularly in China, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines. So, alam na naman natin na sikat ito sa ating bansa. Fish balls are small, round, and chewy balls made from fish meat and other ingredients like flour, starch, seasoning. They are usually served skewered on a stick or in a bowl with soup or sauce. Fish balls can be enjoyed as a snack or as a main course, and they are often consumed on the go. So, parang instantly. 'Di ba? Para pag bumibili tayo, paano tayo, no? Ah, pakabili natin, kain agad. A fishbowl business typically involves sourcing a high-quality fish and other ingredients, processing, and preparing the fish balls, and selling them to a food stall, food truck, or restaurant. Successful fishbowl businesses focus on offering a variety of flavors and dipping sauces, as well as providing fast and friendly service to customers. The expected profit of a fishbowl business in the Philippines can vary depending on the several factors such as location, competition, pricing strategy, and operational costs. In general, a small fishbowl business in the Philippines can earn a net profit of around 500 pesos to 1,000 pesos per day, or around USD 10 and to 20 US dollars. After deducting expenses such as raw materials, labor costs, rent, and other overhead expenses. So, yung mga nabanggit kong mga materials or yung mga labor cost and rent, yan yung mga expenses na kailangan natin i-classify or i-take account. So estimate is based on the assumption that the business operates for around 8 to 10 hours per day and sells an average of 500 to 1,000 pieces of fish balls per day. So marami-rami rin po, no? Kasi sikat po talaga ito sa Pilipinas at sa ibang bansa, particularly in Asian countries. However, the profitability of a fishbowl business can be significantly higher or lower depending on various factors such as the quality of the products, the level of the demand in the area, and the level of competition. To maximize the profitability of a fishbowl business, it is important to carefully manage costs, continuously improve the quality of the products, and differentiate the business from competitors through branding or unique offering. So, kailangan natin ito take account yung pagkakaiba natin, yung pagiging unique ng ating product para magkaroon tayo ng profit or magkaroon ng kita upang lumago ang ating business na fishbowl business. So, starting a fishbowl business can be a great opportunity for anyone who loves to cook and is interested in starting a small food business. Here are some steps you can follow to get started. Research. So, mag-research po tayo. Do some research on the available fishbowl industry, including the different types of fish balls, suppliers of ingredients, competition, pricing, and regulations. Yung mga batas at yung mga dapat sundin. Develop a business plan. Develop a business plan of that outlines your goals, target market, financial projections, marketing strategy, and any other relevant information. This will help you determine the feasibility of your fish business idea. Choose a location. Choose a location for your visual business. You can either operate in a food court or set up a small store in a busy area. So, kailangan din natin i-take account yung, ano natin, yung location kasi minsan hindi naman matao o wala namang mahilig yung mga tao sa mga ganun na products. Obtain necessary permits and licenses. Obtain the necessary permits and licenses to operate your fishbowl business. This includes a business permit, for food permit, and health inspection certificate. So source your ingredients. Source your ingredients from reliable suppliers. You will need fresh fish, flour, various spices, and seasonings para mas malasa po ang ating fishball. So set up your equipment. Set up your equipment, which may include a deep fryer, pots, utensils, and storage containers. Develop your menu. Develop a menu that includes various types of fish balls, um, fish ball sauces, and sides. Hire staff if necessary to help the food preparation and service. Kung marami-rami yung mga bumibili o marami-rami yung mga gagawin, you can hire staff po. Market your business. Market your business through social media flyers and word of mouth. So, para ka lang ikalat natin na, oh, may food business po kami, parang gano'n. Dapat, kaya natin ng mga tao na bumili sa atin para tayo ay magkaroon ng malaking market or kita. Tapos, starting a fishbowl business requires hard work, dedication, and attention to detail. With proper planning and execution, you can create a successful and profitable venture. So the pricing of fish balls in the Philippines can vary depending on the location, the type of fish ball, and the vendor. So generally, street vendors sell fish balls in small servings, usually consisting of 5 to 6 pieces for around 5 to 10 pesos, Philippine pesos, or about zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2 US dollars. In malls or food courts, fish balls can be sold in a large servings or with accompanying sauces, and the prices can vary 20 to 50 Philippine pesos, about zero point 0.4 or $1. So $1 and many more. So prices may also differ based on the quality and freshness of the ingredients so used. It's always a good idea to check the prices of the different vendors to find the best value for your money. So, hindi naman talaga lahat ng mga vendors iisa lang ang supplier, iisa lang ang product or na ano ginagawa or iisa lang na ingredients. Dapat, kasi may iba-iba rin tayo eh. Lalo na yung sauce natin o yung nilalagay sa fishball o sa harina ng fishball o sa yung mga seasonings. Parang may uniqueness din, parang ganon. So, one example problem related to prices of materials, labor, overhead, and other expenses in a fishball business in the Philippines could be calculating the cost of producing 1,000 fish balls. Here's how to solve the problem. Step 1, identify the ingredients of their prices. Assuming the recipe for 1,000 fish balls includes the following ingredients and prices. Ground fish meat, 200 pesos per kilograms. Tapioca flour, 40 pesos per kilogram. Salt, 10 pesos per kilogram. Pepper, 5 pesos per kilogram. Water, 5 pesos per liter. And cooking oil, 50 pesos per liter. So, determine the quantities of each ingredients needed. The recipe for 1,000 fish balls might require the following quantities of each ingredient. So, ito po yung example natin. Ground fish meat, 3 kilograms. Tapioca flour, 1 kilogram. Salt, 50 grams. Pepper, 25 grams. Water, 2 liters. Cooking oil, 2 liters. So, calculate the total cost of materials. So, using the prices and quantities above, the total cost of materials for 1,000 fish balls would be ground fish meat, 3 kilograms times 200 200 pesos per kilograms is equal to 600 pesos. Tapioca flour, 1 kilogram times 40 pesos per kilogram is equal to 40. 50 grams times 10 per kilogram is equal to 0.5 pesos kasi may ano tayo dyan, yung 0.005. Tapos, pepper, 25 grams times 5 kilograms, 5 pesos per kilograms is equal to 0.125 pesos. And water, 2 liters times 5.5 pesos per liter is equal to 10 pesos. Cooking oil, 2 liters times 50 pesos per liter is equal to 100 pesos. The total cost is, i-add lang po natin ito lahat ito, yung nabanggit natin. Magiging pong 750.625 pesos. Yun yung cost of materials. Determine the labor cost. Assuming it takes one person or 2 hours to produce 1,000 fish balls and the labor rate is 100 pesos per hour, the labor cost would be labor rate 100 pesos per hour, labor time 2 hours, and total labor hours will be 200 pesos kasi 2 hours siya tapos 100 pesos per hour. So, yon. Calculate the overhead and other expenses. Overhead and other expenses might include rent, utilities, permits and licenses, transportation, packaging, and other miscellaneous costs. Let's assume the total overhead and other expenses for producing 1,000 fish balls are 500. So, determine the total cost of production. So, adding up the cost of materials, labor, overhead, and other expenses, the total cost producing the 1,000 fish balls will be material cost 1,750.625, labor cost 200, overhead 500. So, ang total cost niya is 1,450.625. So, add lang po natin yon. So, determine the per selling price. To make a profit, the selling price should be higher than the total cost of production. Assuming a desired profit margin of 20%, the selling price should be 1,000 for 450 times 0.625 times 1.2 is equal to 1,440.75. Total cost of market price. So therefore, the selling price would be 1,740.75 for 1,000 fish balls. To compute the income expenses in a fishbowl business, you need to keep track of your revenues and expenses. Here are the steps you can follow. Determine your revenues. Keep track of all your sales, which can include the number of fish balls sold and their corresponding prices. Multiply the number of fish balls sold by their prices to determine your total revenues. Calculate your cost of goods sold. So, yung cost of goods sold po natin is yung kinompute po natin kanina um, mga cost na na-incur sa pagbili ng mga products or mga supplies. This includes the cost of ingredients used to make the fish balls, such as fish, flour, seasoning, and oil. Determine the total cost of goods sold by adding the cost of all ingredients used. Calculate your gross profit. So, subtract the cost of goods sold. So goods of goods sold from your total revenues to determine your gross profit. So, determine your operating expenses. This includes all other expenses that are required to run your fishbowl business, such as rent, utilities, marketing expenses, employee salaries, and transportation costs. So, yung mga cost po ito na involved sa pag-operate ng business at para at na-involve sa daily basis na mga expenses natin sa business. So, calculate your net profit, subtract your operating expenses from your gross profit to determine your net profit. So, here's an example to illustrate how to compute income and expenses in a fishbowl business. Assume you sold 1,000 fishbowls at a price of 0.5 each, generating a total revenues of $500 or 500 peso. The cost of ingredients to make the fish balls was 100. Rent, utilities, marketing expenses, and amount to amounted to 200 dollars. While employee salaries and transportation costs totaled $50. So, i-add po natin yung tatlong yon. To determine the revenues, 1,000 1,000 fish balls times 0.5 pesos is equal to 500 in total revenues. Calculate your cost of goods sold. 100 per pesos for cost of goods against is used. Calculate your gross profit. 500 minus 100 is equal to 400 gross profit. Determine your operating expenses. 200 for rent, utilities, and marketing, and 50 for employee salaries and transportation, which is 250. 250 plus 400 minus 150 is 1 250 net profit. So in this example, the fishbowl business generate 500 in total and 150 net profit after deducting all expenses. So parang yung total na income niya is 500 pero yung kita mo talaga from those transaction is 150 after deducting all of your expenses. So here's an example of accounting cycle for fishbowl business. Source documents. Dito po yung mga ano natin yan, yung mga transaction na kung yung mga papers po yan kung saan nakalagay yung transactions, yung kunwari receipts, invoices, parang ganun po. Journal entries. So, parang yung journal entries naman po yung mga pag-enter natin ng transaction sa books or sa original book of entry. Book of original entry. Yon. General ledger naman is yung kung saan galing yung dito pinopost yung kung saan kung yung galing sa journal natin, yung mga total ng mga accounts na na-summarize na. So parang kunwari cash, nakalagyan yung debit ng cash, yung credit ng cash, kung kailan yung date, kung ano yung particulars, kung anong send reference, nandun po siya. Trial balance, kapag na-total na natin yung mga accounts sa general ledger, ilalagay natin sa trial balance para makita kung talagang balance siya. Adjusting entries, kung may mga pagkakamali talaga na hindi natin maiwasan, tapos kailangan natin itama, meron tayong mga adjusting entries na dapat gawin. Adjusted trial balance, yung mga after na adjusting entries, mga adjustments, tapos may ma-add tayo, may ma-minus sa trial balance. After nun, magiging adjusted trial balance na yun. Financial statements. Financial statements naman, yung mga balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, parang ganun. Para ma uh, para pagkaroon tayo ng report sa ating higher ups at sa ibang users ng financial statements. Closing entries naman yung pagka-close ng mga accounts natin para sa bagong business year or accounting period. Post-closing naman is basta ang closing pala yung mga nominal accounts, yung expenses, yung income, basta yung mga nominal accounts, or mga temporary accounts lang naman. Tapos, post-closing po, yung wala na yung mga nominal accounts or mga temporary accounts. Parang mga real accounts na lang or yung mga permanent accounts na lang po. So, by following these steps, the fishbowl business can ensure that its financial records are accurate and up to date, which can help to inform its business decisions and strategy. There are several sorts of documents that may be involved in a fishbowl business. Here are some examples. Purchase orders, yung pag-purchase po natin yan. Invoice po, yung pag-sell po natin. Basta po, yung pag-purchase orders, yung mga pag-purchase po natin yan ng mga products. Yung invoices naman, may fishbowl business receive supplies ng vendor. The vendor will send an invoice owed. So, yung natin yan, just the date of purchase, the quantity and description of purchase, the price per item, and the total amount due. Suppliers, at pwede rin po yung tayo, yung mga natin yan. So, sales receipts. Ito naman yung fishbowl businesses provide sales receipts to customers to show profit of purchase. Sales receipts typically include information such as date of purchase, the quantity and description of items purchased, and price per item, and the total amount paid. Basta yung invoices pala, yung pagbili mo sa suppliers, tapos bibigyan ka ng invoices. Okay. Purchase orders naman yung pag-order. Tapos bank statements. Ito yung mga cash flows natin sa bank statements natin, no? Yung kung may nagde-deposit, pang-deposit tayo, tapos kung may nagbabayad ng customer na to bank na talaga, diretso na sa bank, parang ganon. Tapos kung magbabayad tayo ng using checks. Inventory records, kung ilan yung inventory natin. Employee timesheets. Employee timesheets is yung kung ilang hours or kung ilang hours ba yung mga employees natin nag-work para makalculate yung wages. Expense receipts, yung mga expenses na ginagamit natin. Tapos, okay na. These source documents would be used to record transactions, prepare financial statements, and make business decisions based on the financial information. So here are some realistic scenarios for running a fishbowl business with prices and values. Traditional fishbowl business. In this scenario, the business focuses on creating the traditional fish balls using fresh fish, flour, and other ingredients. The target market is people who love traditional street food. Sourcing ingredients. The business will source fresh milk, fresh fish from local markets and flour from wholesale suppliers. Creating a recipe. The business will create a traditional recipe that includes the fish, flour, seasoning, and other ingredients. Preparing the product, the business will make the fish balls by mixing the ingredients and shaping them into balls. They will then be boiled and deep fried. Setting prices, the business will set a price of one peso per fish ball, which is competitive with other street food vendors. And value proposition, the business will differentiate itself by using fresh ingredients and a traditional recipe that is authentic and delicious. Premium fishbowl business. In this scenario, the business focuses on creating premium fish balls using high high quality ingredients and a unique recipe. The target market is people who are willing to pay for more for premium street food. So ito yung mga pangmayaman. Sourcing ingredients, the business will source premium fish from high-end markets and flour from organic suppliers. Creating a recipe the business will create a unique recipe that includes premium fish, organic flour, high-end seasoning, and other ingredients. Ano to? Preparing the product, the business will make the fish balls by mixing the ingredients and shaping them into balls. They will then be steamed or grilled. Setting prices, the business will set a price for two instead of one kasi pang mayaman nga to, which is higher than other street food vendors but justifiable due to the use of premium ingredients. Value proposition, the business will differentiate itself by using by high quality ingredients and a unique recipe that is not available elsewhere. The premium price will appeal to customers who are looking for something special and are willing to pay it. So, parang kakaiba. High health conscious fishball. Ito na naman yung mga fishball na health conscious or parang madami nutrition. In this scenario, the business focuses on creating fish balls that are healthy and cater to the health conscious market. The target market is people who are looking for healthy street food options. Sourcing ingredients, the business will source fish from sustainable sources and far from organic field supplies. Kasi parang pang nutrition nga po to. So parang organic lahat. Create a recipe. Okay, the recipe, may mga vegetable and herbs and spices, preparing the product, kung paano nila iluto, setting prices, kung ilan yung ilalagay nilang price, 1.5 in this case, tapos value proposition, kung paano nila i-differentiate um, yung kanilang products sa mga ibang market or ibang uh, nagbebenta. In conclusion, visual business can be run in different ways depending on the target market and business values proposition. By carefully considering the sourcing of ingredients, the recipe, the preparation method, the pricing, and the value proposition, the business can create a successful and sustainable model. So, ito po yung example scenario natin. Visual business sells fish balls in packs of 10 for 5 peso. The business purchased first fish paste from a supplier for 1 peso per pack of fish paste, which can make 20 fish balls. The business also incurs additional costs such as rent, utilities, and labor, and the total 500 peso per week. So, solution to calculate the accounting for this business, we need to determine the revenue, cost of goods, and expenses. Revenue is 10 fish balls for 5, so the revenue per pack is 5 peso. Calculate the total revenue, 5 times 100 packs per week. So, meron tayong 500 per week. So, yun. To calculate the revenue and yun. Cost of goods sold naman is the cost of materials and labor. So, in this case, the main material cost is the fish paste, which costs 1 peso per pack of fish paste that can make 20 fish balls. To calculate the COGS or the cost of goods sold, we need to know how many packs of fish paste can business purchase. Let's say the business purchase 10 packs of fish paste and can make 20 fish balls. So then the total number of fish balls business can make each week is 10 packs of fish paste times 20 is equal to 200 fish balls per week. So COGS is one per pack of fish paste times 10 packs of fish paste is equal to 10 pesos per week. So expenses and other expenses and other costs incurred by the business such as rent, utilities, and labor. Uh, let's say that the total expenses over to the business each week is 500. The profit will be revenue minus COGS minus expenses. So, using the mga values above or sa taas, meron tayong 500 na cost, 500 na price or yung revenue, 10 na cost of goods sold, at saka 500 na expenses. So, mayroon tayong net loss na 10 pesos. So, dito po, isang scenario po ito ng isang visual business na nalugi. So, kailangan po dapat talaga natin piliin ng maayos ang ating market, ang ating ingredients at kung paano tayo magbenta, parang ganoon po. So, dapat talaga ang planadong planado. So, in this case, the business is actually making a loss of 10 pesos per week. To improve the profitability of the business could consider increasing its prices or reducing its expenses. So, here's an example problem for you. Here's an example problem from you. So, ito po, answeran po natin. Answeran po ninyo pala. So, parang this will be left unsolved. So, on January 1, 2023, Kenny started a fishbowl business. He invested 10,000 in cash, used to buy a food cart for 5,000 and supplies for 4,000. On January 5, he sold 3,000 worth of fish balls for cash, and on January 15, he paid 500 and 500 for rent and 200 for utilities. On January 20, he purchased additional supplies of 1,000 on credit. On January 31, he sold 2,000 worth of fish balls for cash. Using the information above, answer the following questions. What is the total amount of Kenny's investment in fishbowl business? What is the total revenue for January 2023. What is the total amount of expenses for January 2023? What is the net income for January 2023? And what is the total amount of fish balls for Kenny's Fishball business as of January 31, 2023? Answer? Please comment below. So, sana po mag-participate po tayo. So, hanggang dito na lamang po mga kakili ang ating video. Please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates galing sa amin ni Ate Jen. So, ito po ang ating references, OpenAI. Ito po. So, hanggang dito na lamang po. Salamat po sa mga pakikinig ninyo. Sana may tutunan po kayo, lalo na po sa visual business. At sana po i-apply po niyo itong mga na na research ko po sa inyong daily life. Tapos, sana po may natutunan po talaga kayo. So, yun. That's it. Ito po si Ken. This is Earning with Ken and Jen. Earn with us, even in pajamas. Bye and have a good day.